back to working on one of my WIPs today. This is one that my great-grandson started. He decided he didn't want to finish it, so these are the star blocks that I made. There's 4 of them so far to go with the blocks that he made, which are these. Right now these are both measuring 15.5, but they're going to be cut down to 14.5 because I don't know if you're familiar with the crisscross star by Lori Holtz, but there are cutoffs when you make these star points. There are cutoffs that you can make half square triangles out of, and with those I am making pinwheels with those cutoffs. It takes 4 for each one, and you can use both sets of pinwheels, the ones that have the little extra piece in them and the ones that are just plain. So let me show you one of the ones that is just made with the plain ones. Now, if you're looking for a place for your eye to rest, forget it. Because there's not one. But this is what he likes. This is what he picked out. So this is what Nana is making. Okay. So there's that one. So I did 4 little pinwheels, 6.5. I squared them to 6.5 inches each. There's 4 of those, 1 in each corner. And then I made a 2.5 inch sashing because I needed to make them a little bit bigger. 2.5 inch sashing to go between. And then in the center, I just fussy cut that out of some of the other fabric, like this, because there's extra stuff like this that I can fussy cut those little critters out of. I know, right? So let me show you kind of how I went about making this little one with no free space. There's no free space in that. Okay, so here are now these are the ones that I made that have the extra little piece in them at the second cutoff from Lori Holtz stars. They are called, what are they called? Crisscross stars. So the first one you get doesn't have this extra little piece, but the second one you get does have it. So I'm just laying those out. And let's see, some of these have more black and some of them have more brown. So I'm just trying to sort of lay the ones out with more brown here and here. And the ones that have more black are here and here. And then I've cut my little pieces out of a different little fabric that's also in some of the stars and stuff. And those are 2.5 inches by 6.5 inches. So I'll just put those in the center. Like that. And like this. And then my little fussy cut critter goes right there. And then also these together, and these together, and these together. Alright, so let's give that a whirl and see how it comes out. Hopefully it'll come out good like the other one did. Just going to do my 1/4 inch seam. see, we want to go this way because we're going towards the sashing. And I want that to lay down a little bit better where the sashing is joined. So I'll use just a little bit of spray starch with distilled water in my spray bottle, or my misting bottle. And there we are, another little critter block. So I have 2 of these because that's all of the cutoffs I had from the stars. And I have 4 stars, and I have 4 of the big 9 patches. Are they not? Yeah, 9 patches. But I'll keep sewing because I still have fabric left. So let me see what I can come up with now for my next blocks. Okay, so I've had to come up with some more blocks. So this one I came up with, which also measures 14.5. All my blocks will be 14.5, I think, in this one. Alright, so I already had these 4.5-inch squares cut out. I think they were going to be part of the stars, crisscross stars. But I didn't have the bigger blocks cut out to go with them. So I have those, and so I just used some 1.5-inch sashing to combine those. So let me show you how that will work out. We'll lay it out here. I picked a cute little fat guy to put in the middle, put in the center. Let me show you the one that I had in here. Let's see. I don't know who he is, but let's see, this one right here. That's the center one. Kind of fussy cut that one. Well, I didn't actually fussy cut it. It was already cut like that. But I arranged it so that it would be in the center. I think this one's so cute though. Okay, he goes in the center. And then the rest of them, I don't really care how they go. There's going to be 3 in each row. Some of these are cute, and some of them are really, really spooky looking. Okay, now I have my 4.5-inch sashing pieces cut out. And then I have my 14.5-inch. I think I actually made these 14 3/4 just to make sure that I have enough. Trim a little bit of it off. Okay. And that's how I lay it out. This is a 17-inch cutting mat. So with them all spread out, it kind of fills it up. But alright, then let's get to stitching on this. First thing I'm going to do is put the sashing onto the little 4.5-inch pieces. Okay. Let me check my inches. 14.5. Oh, that was a little bit less than 14.5. Wonder how that happened. Well, must have got a little bit off on my seams or something here. They don't look extravagantly large. Let me see if the bottom of it measures the right. Yeah, it does. So it's just this bottom row. I guess it's a little bit shy. This is why I constantly try to check. Okay, these are matched up. So it's down on this end, but it's only to about the sashing right there. That's 14.5. That's 14.5. But right here, it's like 14.25. I could take this out. I have to take that out too, of course. See how big my square was. My square was the right size. You know what? It measures 14.5. I pull it a little bit. I think I'm just going to take part of the seam out and sort of slant it out a little bit, because it looks like it might be a little bit bigger on one end than on the other. Not much, but I don't want to take the whole thing apart, but I do want to make it match. So I'm going to rip this bottom part of the seam out and make it a little bit smaller, and then press it and see if that gives me what I need. There went Mr. Ripper. Come back here. Might need you again, sir. You never can tell. Okay. Now let's see what we got here. Alright, was that my bottom one? Yes. Here's my little fat guy. Okay. You know what? That, I believe, is going to get it pretty close. It's going to be a little bit off here. Oh, you know what? This one is extending over that line a little bit, so I need to go to my stripology ruler and square that up real quick. Yeah, this one's sticking, it's heading out this way. That's what's throwing me off. Okay, be right back. It was just that much off. Now let's see if that's better. Looks better on here. Yay! Well, with taking that seam out just a little bit on this end and then trimming this one, that works. Glad that was fixable. So glad. Even the simplest of blocks can sometimes get off. Just goes to show. This is definitely not a complicated block. I'm pressing this again towards that sashing. All right, that's close enough. And that just goes to show you how important it is to keep all of your parts and pieces the right size. As you're stitching together, kind of measure as you go along, as you're sewing stuff together. At least that's what I've found to be helpful. Alright, so this gives me 12 blocks, 2 like this, and let's see, here's my other one like this. I don't know if I'll stop here or if I'll go for some more. Still have fabric left, but mostly this, a little bit of this. So I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe I could either put them together and then do borders out of this, or maybe if I have enough sashing, to put a little bit of sashing around all of the big blocks and then do the border. I'm going to think about that. I don't think I'll make any more blocks. I'll just do three across by 4 down. Here's the ones that do not have a place for your eye to rest. Those are my leftover pieces that I made pinwheels out of. There's 2 of those. And then we have our 4 stars. I have on the stars, I have 2 with brown backgrounds and 2 with the black backgrounds and the brown star. And then these are the ones that my grandson made, my great-grandson made. A couple of his little seams I had to fix because they were a little too wide, but they weren't bad at all. I need to press that right there. Here's our 12 blocks. They're all 14.5 inches. Those last 2 I didn't even have to square up because I figured out the measurements first. Okay. So I'll figure out what else I'm going to do, and then I'll show you when I get it all put together.